Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago, and welcome to the Bourse Report. Well, the Carnival 2023 season is reaching a fever pitch, but before we get to the full celebrations of Carnival Week, of course, we're going to take a look at some financial matters, and today we're taking a look at the results of First Citizens Group Financial Holdings for their first quarter ended December 2022, their first fiscal quarter, that is. The group would have reported improved earnings. Let's get into it, why they would have performed well, and what investors might expect in the coming quarters ahead. So turning to First Citizens Group, well, the group did report an earnings per share figure of 79 cents per share, which is a 9.7% increase from the 72 cents recorded in that prior comparable period. Now, a big driver towards this improvement in earnings was a fairly significant jump in net interest income generation, which grew from 362 million in the prior comparable period to just about 417 million, or 15.1% increase. There was, however, a 12% odd contraction in other income. However, total net income overall did increase by 6.1% from 557 to 570 million. Fairly benign or gradually improving credit conditions led to a credit impairment loss reversal of $8.7 million versus that 5.4 in the prior comparable period, leading to operating profits improving 10.9% to 269.5 million, and overall profit after taxes increasing just about 10% from 181.6 million in the prior comparable period to just under 200 million in the currently concluded first fiscal quarter. Now, when we take a look at segment performance, there was one notable increase in that treasury and investment banking segment, moving from 65 to 257 million, with retail and corporate banking also improving just about 5.4% from 237 to just about 250 million, or 5.4% odd increase. And the trustee and asset management segment, basically flatlining over the comparable quarters. Now, First Citizens, from a valuation perspective, compared to the rest of the banking sector, is trading at the higher end of the valuation spectrum from a price earnings ratio at 17.6 times in that green column there, compared to the sector average of about 14 times. And again, it is the second most relatively expensive stock when you look at the other constituents of the banking sector on the Trinidad and Tobago Stock Exchange. And in terms of dividend yield, it's pretty much in line with that sector average of 3%. First Citizens Group is offering that a dividend yield on a trailing basis of just about 3.1%. The highest dividend yielding stock on the TTSE banking sector is about 4.4% from Scotiabank Trinidad and Tobago. So at that last trading price, as mentioned, there is a fairly elevated valuation for First Citizens Group, but on the basis of increased operating profits driven by net interest income generation and a fairly benign or improving credit conditions, as evidenced by that credit impairment reversal for the first quarter, Bourse is going to maintain a market weight rating on First Citizens Group for the time being. Now, when we take a look at the January performance of the Trinidad and Tobago Stock Exchange and some of its major movers and trading activity general, we see that there have been some outstanding performers and some underwhelming performers as well. Some notable performers on the larger cap side of things have been First Caribbean International, up just about 12%, Prestige Holdings at 11.5% gain year to date. That's over the course of January. That is Agostini's Limited up 8.1%, and National Enterprises up 7.4%. The other end of the spectrum, Guardian Media Limited, is down just about 27%. NGL also somewhat shaky to start the year, down 8.4%. TCL down 7.7%, and NCB down 6.8%. So fairly mixed January for investors. Let's see how the year progresses and if some of these stocks can recover and move into positive territory. Overall, trading activity on the stock exchange was somewhat lower. Traded volumes declined just about 35 odd percent, moving from 15.7 million shares traded in January 2022 to 10.2 million in January 2023. Some of the volume leaders would have been Massey as well as GMMB Group Limited. No surprises there. Those are some of the lower priced stocks, so typically larger volumes would trade. And in terms of traded value, that also declined just over 40% from 145 million in the month of January 2022 to the currently concluded January 2023 level of 84 million. And finally, in good news for the stock exchange, well, in late 2022, the Trinidad and Tobago Stock Exchange would have launched its Caribbean Exchange Index, or CXNI, which tracks the regional performance of several exchanges, about 5 exchanges, including Guyana, Barbados, and Jamaica, and Trinidad, to name just a few. And that performance index is now available to investors on the TTSE website. And as we can see from a return on inception basis, that is early October 2022, the CXN is down just about 4.9%, which doesn't make for very good reading for regional investors. But again, 2023 does seem to be a little bit more promising for the regional markets. Well, that's it for this week's edition. For more information, you can give us a call at 226-8773, email us at invest@boursefinancial.com. And of course, you can check out our website, bourseinvestment.com, where all of our research is absolutely free. And of course, you can catch our article in today's business section of the Trinidad and Tobago Guardian newspaper. And finally, however you choose to celebrate, to enjoy the upcoming carnival period, I know I will be having a nice, relaxing 4-day holiday or 4-day weekend. And we'll see you next time on the Bourse Report. Stay safe, everybody.